Hello, everybody. Ryan Carpenter here with No BS Golf, presented to you by P45 Knuckle Down Golf. Got a quick morning here with, what's going on out there. I was catching up on a whole lot of stuff, to be honest. I got busy this week, and more to come as well. But we're dealing with some rain this morning, trying to figure out what the heck's going on. And anyhow, but quite a day yesterday with especially the PGA Tour. The and it was kind of a double hit that I came across, and I posted some stuff already. But we got a combination, a young man, another teenager, shooting pretty good scores. Granted, to some degree we have to understand that cut line's -6, so there is that. But regardless of that factor, the kid still played two amazing rounds. I mean, there's just no way around it. And so we know that because of that, there's something to be said about what's going on in golf in general over the long course of time, and especially with whether or not what's contributing, what's happening in the world of golf, what's from the top to the bottom though as well. And so what happens out there in the golf media and in the blah blah blah, so much of the focus is on distance, the USGA and the PGA Tour. Well, I've had this conversation numerous times here recently, and so the thing we have to understand is that unless you're paying real close attention, I mean like real close attention, and partially you can't, because honestly, one of the problems with golf on TV is we don't get to really see everything. I mean, I've had this long-standing story that I've told for a long time. Player goes, okay, I'm going to head over to the PGA Tour event next week. Oh, fun, great. Hey, listen, one thing. When you go, I only want you to do one thing, okay? Go find, on Friday afternoon, the player at the bottom of the list. Worst player that week. Go follow that player for like 3 holes, like an hour. Okay? And come back and tell me what you think. And I don't give them any other information other than that. And they're like, oh, well, okay, I can probably do that. Yeah, okay, sure. Every time they come back and say a thing, they're like, Ryan, I can play like that. I'm like, yeah. You don't get to see that on TV. Old Mr. Nance and crew don't want to talk about the guy who's blowing up, shooting 83, 84, hitting drives out of bounds and topping an iron shot in the middle of the dang fairway and sculling a chip shot across the green. They don't want that on TV. That's not going to sell nothing. In fact, it's going to make it look bad. And they can't have their product. I hate to say that, sucks, but the reality is the players are their product, looking bad. And so, we have this perception for the game of golf is so skewed, it's ridiculous. And that's a big part of my job, is getting players to come back to reality and start to understand what is proper expectations versus good expectations. We'll get into that on another topic or another stream or whatever. But the point is this. The USGA, the PGA, they're all focused on distance because there's like 15 shots per year that go 380 yards in the air. Well, it's such a tiny amount of the actual shots by players that ever go that far. Like, it's not even significant to even care about, to be honest. But they use it as a way to try to create lots of things, narratives, and there's a lot to it. The point is, this doesn't matter, to be honest. If you look at the real the real numbers and everything, basically, and it's more, at least Nicholas is a little more realistic about it. He says, okay, well, I don't like. Well, that's fine. You don't like it, and that's fine. I get it, but I don't like that every year, on average, 1 yard per year is what has occurred. And I'm like, well, I mean, okay, but 1 yard per year, we've also seen it start to be kind of come capped to some degree, though, too. And I think what has happened is we're now 20 years-ish in a pattern of time from Tiger introductory to the entire field catching up. And I say that because just after Tiger was major technology introductions, or about the same time, most of it didn't have an impact until after. Let's put it that way. And then immediately after that, USGA said, nope, no more. This is max, this is max, this is max, this is max, this is max. And since that clamp down, which is roughly 2000, 99, 90, it was in that range. Nothing's really changed a whole lot. The manufacturers have been having to come up with, okay, we're going to make it so where you can change this, and now you have 9 drivers in one. Which we'll get into that topic someday. You get fit for a reason. The fit matches your tendencies. Why you want to change it and go 9 different directions, I have no idea. If you want to do that, just go play golf with a crappy golf swing. You can already do it with the flippy do it impacts already. So, anyways. But the point is that technology by itself is not the reason we've seen incredible, ridiculous drives and an advancement in the average on tour. The top player has maybe, come up, whatever it's been. On average, in general, the reality is the average player for the average year, for the entire year, right in the middle, it's only been about 20 yards. And 20 yards is not really that significant. Yes, you can look at some stats like Lou Stagner and say, okay, well, but percentage of hits and then percentage of conversions and blah, blah. Yes, to some degree, but how come the scoring average hasn't changed dramatically then? It's come down a little, but in comparison to a 20-yard increase, it sure as heck has not come down enough to match that. So, what are we looking at here, folks? The point is, it's not a driver. It's not a golf ball. Those have contributed to some of it, but what we have seen for sure, by far and away, is the tour has transformed 100% from top to bottom. You have pretty much out there walking around all TW replicates. In shape, athletic, tall and bulky, faster, stronger, you name it. So there's the first part of it. Everybody's focused on fitness and training. Scotty talks nonstop about all the things he does training-wise. And when he says training, it ain't hitting a ball. It's doing gyrations with this tool and over here and then down here and up here. That allows him to both mentally and physically be prepared to go out there and just whip away and throw his feet all over the place and hit the dang golf ball. And so we've come to a point of understanding that if players truly want to perform at their max and their best, then a combination, fitness, nutrition, at higher levels, not your go down to the gym and, well, I'll tell you what, John, you got to stop eating that there McDonald's over there and, we'll do some sit-ups and push-ups, okay? Okay, all right. Yeah, you can do that at home, basically. These guys are on a whole, we have biomechanic specialists, and we have super, as much as I know in the nutritious realm is enough to get in trouble, basically. That's why we have TPI. And I would do it. It's just we ain't got enough people that will super buy into it. So it's a lot of time that I can spend doing other things, unfortunately. But the point is, if you're going to play at that highest level, you're going to have to find that coach too. But for just the average Joe, we need to understand that it's the combination of these things. The fitness, the taller, stronger, faster, by far and away has increased. It's not even, if you go back and watch a tour event from even the mid-90s, but you go to the 80s, the 70s, 60s, 50s especially, it was a different breed of player. They weren't into regimens. It was just playing a good game of golf. And their mindsets were different as well. They weren't trying to achieve maximums in every possible category of playing the ball. They were trying to just put the ball in the hole and get a good score, and that was it. And so the mindset that is now being developed at such an incredibly young age, they are by far and away becoming a more, which is amazing. It makes sense, but more capable of approaching competitive golf with what I call the Tiger mindset, basically with a positive, powerful, in control mindset, and basically eliminating doubt. And doubt is what kills people in this game of golf. Okay, and I know firsthand because I never played like great golf. I played some good rounds and whatnot here and there, and by far and away, like a lot of players I've known over the years and heard that played pretty professional golf. There's always something that's just kind of stuck back there that's hard to get rid of. For me, it's always been off the tee. I never had a confident driver, just never did, and it is what it is. And but anyways, I mean this Kim, this young fella. I mean, he's basically playing. Oh, if you hear the noise, kids are home. He's pretty much playing free golf. Chris Kim. I mean, I will say that at the youngster age of teenage, I think part of that, can't prove it, my opinion, they're fearless at that point. There's not a whole lot, like, they're not thinking about, well, for the next 50 years, my life's going to be affected by this next shot. He don't care. He's just playing golf. he's out there going, whoa, there's Scotty. Okay, Scotty's not there. There's Jordan, and there's, and the two, wow, look at this is great. Okay, I'm going to go play golf now. No fear. The mental side of this game for the best players out there is just shooting to a new height that we've never seen before. They play without fear. More importantly, they play with, I'm going to go get this at a level we've never seen on a broad scale before. Tiger came in and he was pretty much the first that said, I'm going to whip all y'all's butts and you ain't even going to have a chance. Good luck. Try it. Try to keep up with me. Nobody really played golf like that prior to this. Sorry, kids are loud. So, he kind of came in and he blew the doors off the joint. And now for 20 years, so many things have now been coming down the line ever since then. And what we're seeing with like this young fella here and a lot of these young fellas that we keep seeing popping up here and there over the course of time, it's from that standpoint of development on an entire scale. The golf club and the ball are not the only reason. Bigger, taller, faster, stronger, blah, 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 and mentally tougher. Built to win, not to make the cut. Most of the time, majors maybe aside, even Tiger kind of had a plan, right? But most of the time, coming in, it was, I'm going to win, and day one, first shot counts just as much as the last, and I'm going to go get it right now. Right now. Not, I'm going to make it through Thursday, Friday. Just kind of reduce errors, just kind of smooth my way into the weekend. If I make it on the weekend, then I'm gonna go after it a little bit more, huh? Nope. That kid walked up, he's thinking, in his brain, he's like, I'm going to figure out a way to birdie every damn hole today. Most of the time, that's a bad way to approach playing golf for most players out there, especially you amateurs that you got all this flippy-do stuff going on in Impact. Because you don't have the ability, for one, and you're playing the course in a way that's actually making it even harder. And so, that kid, if he can pull it off and mentally do it, I mean, you can't really get in the way. That's like getting in front of a train. Like, just don't do it. Just let it go. And when he goes and shoots 66 or 68, 67, whatever it was, psh, at that point as a coach, you're going to go, hey, look, you're playing good. You just go after every pin. I don't even care right now. Just fire away. Have fun. Forget about statistics right now. Forget about red light, green light, yellow, green, yellow, red. We'll go over that someday. When you play a golf course, you should always have green, red, yellows. Just let it go. But that's a big part. And he's showing it. It's fun to see, but at the same time, it's part of the whole roll back the ball, whatever garbage. Like I'm fine with it. Do it. Penalize Tour Pro, but leave my students alone. That's all I say. Is because there's no reason to make it harder for players that are already struggling. And they're like, well, no bifurcation. We already have bifurcation, folks. The golf clubs, the way they make them, the way they change them, the way they do stuff for the pros means they're playing something that you ain't playing. It's just got the same little logo on it. We're not playing the same thing. We're also not playing the same golf courses. Your local club here and over here and that course up there, that ain't nothing like what he's playing. Now, you can elect to go play it, but guess what? It ain't going to be in the same conditions as it was during that week. And please, for the love of God, I hope you're not playing it from the tips back where they are. Like, why are you going to make it? I mean, get real here. You ain't hitting it on average 297 off the tee. Why in the world would you go back and play there? I don't understand. So, so we already have bifurcation. It really doesn't matter. You can sit there and try to pretend like it don't exist. It already exists. So that's not a reason. Penalize Tour Pros. Roll their ball back if you want to, but don't do it to the average player. It don't make any sense. So, but because it's also not about the ball itself. The ball is not the reason. The ball contributes a little bit, but it's not the factor. It's not the reason. So they're trying to pin it on something, and really what they're doing is they're trying to flex their muscles. We're in a stage of lots going on in the golf world, and everybody's vying for power and position, and well, I don't want to get into all that crap, like whatever. But it's honestly just it's a flex your muscle move, in my opinion. I don't think they really have any valid reason to go do this. Again, how many times? What do we see? 10 shots a year that they go 350 plus, maybe. Who cares? It's 10 damn golf shots. So, in my opinion, that's not important. So, more importantly, as the student, as the learner, as the development, and then blah, there's a lot more to this, and we're all bad at it. I'm bad at it too. I'm not at all the best nutrition. I'm not a gym guy. And it sucks. I wish I was. It'd be better off for me if I was, and I probably need to at some point. I'm kind of a swim guy, is what I am. But anyways, health, nutrition, mental, like all these things come into play eventually in the road to success in this game. Mental approach maybe being by far one of the biggest ones. I mean, you got to hit the ball too, so your swing matters. But the other part I'll say on that is I got a book that I require every student to read, and that's I only have one out of all gigantic collection of golf information in the world. I got one book that matters, and it's because it just sums it up into one quick read, and we're off and running. So, and it's for the upstairs. So anyhow, the other thing I saw real quick there, and I posted it, was the TrackMan averages came out finally, and nothing, pretty normal. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it because you can go see it, and I posted it, and clubhead speed, yeah, okay, ball speed, yeah, okay. And again, that's the thing. These numbers have increased. Well, clubhead speed and ball speed have not increased because of clubs only, and if it has, it's only been this much. Players have increased a ton more from 30 years ago. So, again, that's more about the player. Smash factors, I mean, I see people arguing about smash factor and like, how could a Tour Pro only be? Because it's hard. Like, I don't understand how professionals teaching this game think that on average, not when they're at their best, their bad weeks also, and then in the middle, that they're all just 1.5 all day long. Like, that ain't true. It's just not. Some of y'all, man, I really question what the hell's going on in your brain sometimes, but whatever. You do you. I'll do me. Yeah, the column that only sticks out at all, really, is AOA, attack angle. Some eye-opening numbers there. I'll tell you what, this whole we've gotten on this whole shtick of hitting up, 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 and I got news for you. When you see what I see every day on video with players, I don't want them hitting up at all. No, thank you. Driver at 0.9 down is the least downward motion, but it's at 0.9 on negative on average, and there is a reason for that. Too hard to dive into that right now. That's where the lessons come into play. We got to go through that and understand that through the lesson process. But you switch over to LPGA numbers, and it's a positive 2.8. That one I actually understand. Club head speed and ball speed are way down for those players. The other thing that if you study it long enough, it's not because they're trying to do that on purpose. Well, okay, hold the phone. We should never do blanket statements. I'm going to tell you this. There's a lot of LPGA swings that are not as advanced as the majority of what we see on the PGA Tour. And I don't know why. I can't explain that, to be honest. I don't know. But I do know from looking at video, there's a lot of players on the LPGA Tour that don't have forward shaft lean, forward motion leaning through the sequence of impact, that actually even have some flip aspect of their golf swing. Ooh, there's that nasty word. And how they get away with it? Slower speed's a big part. 96 and 143 club head and ball speed at the driver level. Slower speed helps to alleviate the issues, for sure. Is it done on purpose? Possibly. I don't know. There's too many players, and without being able to go through each one of them and dissect them from start to finish and up and down, everything and all around, there's no way to know with any certainty. So these are just best guesses based off what I do know. Video of the swing shows, for sure, a lot of it. And so that one doesn't surprise me, but here's the big picture. Almost the vast majority of all the numbers say negative. Club attacking ball on the way down, not the way up. And there's a reason for that. And if you sit there and watch all the swings that I see every day and you hear the people talking about, well, I did this, their AOA is always up a lot. I'm talking a lot up. Because they ain't got no AOA is what that boils down to. Stay away from the hit up crap, is what I'm going to tell you. If I could sum it up, there's way more to it than that. But this whole notion, because it's out there a lot, YouTube and magazines and everywhere you go out there, there's a lot of hit it up stuff. And no thank you. Let's just stay away from that for right now, okay? Anyhow, it's always good to see those numbers. It's great. These are some of the things that came across my timeline anyways, and I'm always digging. Actually, I got to jump on a radio thing here. Got two of my favorite guys talking right now, and I want to hear what they have to say. So hopefully you got something out of this, as always. And if not, I got some great stuff out there. I did an evaluation YouTube video. You got to watch that one for sure, especially if you're here local. It don't matter. I can teach you from anywhere in the world. You want to send me a video, hit me up with an email and a FaceTime, we can do it. And then I had a great one with one of my foreign players, Reagan. Tomorrow I'm recording, fingers crossed, the schedule works out hopefully this time. Another young man, and then hopefully a family I know from the past is going to come on here with me as well. And those are great to have for everybody. Good to hear what others have gone through and understand and kind of get a piece of their little pie. So anyways, as always, please smash that like button, okay? Subscribe and share with anybody, please. It really helps me out a lot. I greatly appreciate that. Hopefully we're doing some good things here. And then comments, go in those comment sections, leave some comments. Tell me what you want to talk about. Tell me what you want to hear. What do you want to... Tell me what I said and say, hey, I think you're wrong, right? Hey, all right, cool, let's talk about it. Whatever, I don't care. But smash, subscribe, share, comments. Twitter, at P45KDG. Email, P45knuckledowngolf@gmail.com. I am here in the Central Georgia area, Warner Robins to be specific. And I'm teaching at www.golfpub.com. That is our best tool, folks. We got the place that we need. It's time to launch. And that's what we're working on right now. More on that later. But that is the facility where we can do all the work we need to do in the beginning to get you all fixed up and ready to rock. And then we head back outside. So for now, hit me up anytime. Questions, comments, you name it. I appreciate it. Ryan Carpenter signing out. No BS Golf. Take care, folks.